welcome. I am Scarperlock, and this is City of Heroes Iron Man mode. We are with Captain Cyclone, our guardian, who's level 19. And guys, I have to apologize, I screwed up. We've been fighting on the do not prefer bosses when alone level. Unfortunately, it doesn't show that up in the mission queue, it just shows AVs. So here's what I did, and I realized I had done it wrong with this character because I also did it wrong with my Stalker character. And one of the reasons I don't notice this early on is because many of the sort of level 1 to 15 missions and story arcs just give you a lieutenant naturally at the end of the fight. And it's not until you get into the mid to late teens that they start actually giving you bosses, no matter how you set this. So as I was getting into the mid to late teens with both this character and my ninja stalker character, I said, why do I keep getting lieutenants? I should be getting bosses. And I clicked on the hero core field agent, and instead of looking up here where I should have looked, I looked down here. And it said, I want to fight bosses even with solo, and my brain said, oh, we're on the right setting, and I didn't look up here. So, yes, we want to fight bosses even when alone. So unfortunately, we're not doing it as hard mode as I wanted to do it, because we weren't fighting bosses, but we will now, and that will probably lead to a death fairly soon. I know I keep telling you guys that we're going to die soon, and we never do. But it probably will lead to a death relatively soon for this character, because we've almost died a couple times against lieutenants, so at some point it's just inevitable. You're going to get caught by a boss when you don't have inspirations or what have you, and you're just going to get smacked. One mission that could end up being really bad is the second story arc from Mercedes Sheldon, or whatever her name is, who's in the Midnighters squad. One of the things I got to be careful of, I was going to do Montague here. Let's go ahead and head to Steel Canyon, and I'm going to actually pause it and take a look. I want to make sure that his story arc goes at least to level 19, because I don't want to be working -1 missions again. So we've had, this is supposed to be hardcore mode, and I went through half a story arc on -1 because the damn story arc was lower level than we were, and it just couldn't give us higher level enemies. And then I've been doing lieutenants instead of bosses by accident, so I do apologize for that, but we're still going to try to do this on hardcore mode. This is the first time I've done Iron Man, so I guess it makes sense that I would screw up a little bit. First time doing anything. A colleague of mine likes to say never do anything for the first time. Okay, so I'm going to pause the video. I'm going to check to make sure that that Montague's missions at least go through level 19 to 20, and if not, we're going to do somebody else. I think at this point we're going to have to pick somebody who's giving us a level 9 up, like 15 to 19 story arc. We can't pick a level 20 story arc because we're not level 20 yet. So we'll see what happens. But let me check Montague. I don't think his story arc is that long. We should be able to finish it by level 20. So I'll pause it here, and I'll be right back. Okay, so this story arc is listed level 10 to 50. So we should be able to do it, no problem. In case you're wondering how am I finding this out, I just go to the Paragon Wiki and look up the NPC's name and then look at the level range of the story arc. It's written there. Paragon Wiki's out of date. It only really covers live City of Heroes, not the bootleg servers, but things like mission levels have generally not been changed, so you can look stuff up there. I think there is a new wiki for Homecoming. I don't know how thorough it is. I'm fairly sure there isn't one for Rebirth, and if there was one, it probably wouldn't be very thorough because it's such a small population that the population wouldn't probably be large enough to update it correctly. Okay, so let's talk to Montague. Since this should be a proper story arc for us, we have to go look for Percy Winkley, who's missing again. He's always missing. We have to go rescue him. So once again, guys, I do apologize that I don't know if anybody saw it. I don't know if I showed it. When I did check mission difficulty with this guy at one point, and I said, oh look, we're doing it at the right difficulty because I was looking down at the bottom instead of up at the top. And it's not like I don't know how this works. I mean, how long have I been playing City of Heroes? How many times have I adjusted the mission difficulty? But for whatever reason, my brain was looking down at the bottom instead of at the top. So I do apologize for that. We now confirmed are doing missions. And again, it doesn't say it up here, right? It tells you the level, the number of players, and AV. We're supposed to be on no AV. So I got to fix that too now. All right, let me go check that. Yeah, so maddeningly, I believe this is true, unless I mess something up. Maddeningly and completely counterintuitively, when you start the game, it's set on no bosses, but yes, archvillains in solo. That's the dumbest thing. Like, if you're not able to fight bosses, why the hell would you want to fight archvillains? Like, what? Who would set it that way on purpose? That doesn't make even the least bit of sense. Um, so what I'm going to do is go to... I was going to use the train station, but I'm going to go to this guy here, and we'll just set it on no AVs. Yeah. So the default setting is +0 levels, +0 players, no bosses, yes, archvillains. Because I certainly haven't changed that one. What a dumb default. Like, by default, you're not strong enough to fight a boss, but yeah, you can take an archvillain. Like, if you could take archvillains, bosses are nothing. Like, what? Yeah, I wish there was a way to just go into the game options and say, look, just set these as my defaults. Like just give me account-wide defaults of yes, bosses and no archvillains, and just leave it. Why do I have to change it with every single character? Like, I like the... we certainly should be able to change it with each character. I don't object to that. But the defaults shouldn't... I shouldn't have to go in and fix the defaults with every single character. I would think that most players don't want to fight archvillains and do want to fight bosses. That is sort of the normal way to play City of Heroes. Alright, so we now will face a boss in this mission, I assume. And in future missions. So to some degree, my little test here, what I'm doing is not going to count for the Guardian. I may have to do another one at some point off screen. But I want to see which character can get to the highest level. And with all my other characters, hopefully now that I've made this mistake once, I will remember to set everything at like level 2 to yes, we want bosses. And that means that the other characters may die earlier. So it won't be fair to say, well, the Guardian lived longer, because, yeah, the Guardian was fighting lieutenants for the first 19 levels. I don't want to wait till level 19 to up it for everybody. That's just too easy. And to me, no point to doing Iron Man mode if you're going to just say we're only fighting lieutenants. The only reason it happened with this character is that it was an accident. I don't want to certainly do it on purpose. So let's see, what do we got here? I want to make some room for getting some endurance inspirations, because this character's sucking wind a little bit. So we need to rescue Percy Winkley. We do not need to clear the whole base out. So I'm just going to keep trying to go deeper in and have one cleared route out so that we can lead him out if we need to lead him out. I don't remember if we do or not. There's a battle. Oh, this is going to be fun, fighting the spectral demons. At least it's energy. I don't think they're highly resistant to that. Yeah, if we have to fight a boss of one of those guys, it could be pretty brutal. So I saw this guy down here and I thought he was sleeping. But he's actually out. He was defeated by the circle. Let's keep going down. I feel like Percy's going to be as deep in as we can go. And it's pretty deep. So I'm just going to keep going down. Since we started at the top, go to the opposite point from where we started. That's kind of my logic. I don't know if Percy's over there or not. So we're going to clean all this out, because we may have to bring him back through. There we go. AoE them. I did not mean to control click that. Let's blow them back. Gotta be careful with that. We don't want to blow them too far, but there aren't any enemies very close. Right, to this spawn, the next enemies are really far away. See if we can angle them into this rock. I missed one guy. We definitely need to Make sure we have accuracy enhancers on that knockback. And I need to add a second slot to it, but it's not going to be a priority because I definitely want the AoE to be slotted as early as we can, and we want to get our defenses slotted as well. Haven't decided what we're going to get at level 20 yet. We'll just see how it goes. Okay, is that him? There he is. Excellent. Alright. So we don't really need any buffs right here because it's just two basic spectral demons. Right, I took the accuracy to offset their debuffs, but otherwise we should be alright. Ouch. This guy definitely needs a self-heal and he doesn't have one. Alright, we have rescued Percy Wingley. So let's head out. Yeah, I can't remember what happened with my Ninja Stalker. She was on one of the Fault Line missions, and she fought a guy that I know for a fact is a boss. And he was a lieutenant, and I was like, what the heck? How is this guy a lieutenant? And then I checked, and I'm like, I checked this setting. I know I wanted it to be a boss, and I realized what I had done, and I said, oh no, I did that for Captain Cyclone as well, which is really frustrating. Okay, so I'm going to get back to Montague, and I will bring you back when we are having a conversation with him. Okay, so we're back, and we can pick Cho Ge or Farid Abdullah. So we're going to flip a coin, or we'll roll some dice. Let's do a die roll, and 1 to 3 is Cho Ge, and 4 to 6 is Farid Abdullah. Let's see what we get. A 2. So that's Cho Ge, and that's who we are fighting. That's who we're going to use. Alright, so available missions. We're going to get information about the Lost and the Ricti. Now, Cho Ge, I believe, is still, yeah, Skyway City. So my guess is we're not going to actually interact with any of these guys because as soon as we get to level 20, we're going to move to Talos Island. So it's back to the north, so I'm going to head up there, and I will bring you guys back when we are at... Actually, no. I don't need to do that. We are going to just land here, and because I think you have to be landed, and we're just going to mission teleport, since this will be our second and final mission of this episode. Still haven't had to face any bosses because there weren't any that I fought in the last mission. We may have to, I think we're going to have to in this one, we're going to have to fight somebody named Sidian, or Cretan, or something like that. Kiridan. So in we go. So this will be an office down into tunnels, down into like some sort of a Ricti thing. 4 computers, and defeat Sidian. This character does some pretty good damage, and I've been enjoying using him. And of course the blowdown is extremely helpful when you're fighting somebody like this Headman Swordman who could probably take me out in 2 or 3 hits. You got 1 shot at me, and then down you go. We're definitely going to be having endurance problems on this character until we get SOs. You can see it already. I don't even have the hover on. I'll use 7 endurance. Not a huge amount with Gale Winds, but if I'm going to use it as often as I do, I'm probably going to need 2 accuracies and an endurance on it at some point. This thing needs 1 more slot, and build-up is done, so we're going to have to just more heavily slot these other guys. I think Lightning Bolt, we're going to do that first. We're going to sort of finish that one first, but we'll see. Wow, 2 lieutenants in 1 spot. This is going to be a little tough. If we get lucky, we won't. aggro this guy. There we go. And the other thing that's saving this character's butt is that he is sonic resistant. Right, to 26%. Oh, missed that. That's not good. Try to do a little more damage. See if we can blow him down. There we go. You can see, though, one lieutenant is giving me that much of a struggle, so bosses are going to be rough. Let's go ahead and do a rest. It'd be really funny if we die to our first legit boss. Oh. And I accidentally aggroed him. Gotta blow him down. Oh, he's got a minion. We gotta take the minion out too. He'll be faster. Oh, let's blow this guy down again. Oh boy, when we're out of heals. That's not good. Put on resistance. Back up, back up. I think we're just gonna need to do full-on resistance here so that he can't do anything to me. Try to blow him down again. Yeah, we might die here, guys. I mean, I know I have like a heal in the email, but I can't really stop to take it. Oh no, that's a dead end. I want to go out. Go back, go back. Just give myself a chance to recover a little bit. Oh, that's not good. Blow him down. Oh, guys. Ugh. That's not good. If he hits me again, I think we're going to die. Oh, that's it. Our character has died. I didn't even face a boss with this character at level 19. Our character, Captain Cyclone, is dead. Killed by an anathema, +1 lieutenant in the Montague Castellaneta story arc. Alright, so I'm just going to click go to the hospital, but this character has died. Can't res. Permadeath. So I'm going to show you guys, right? We want to have proof here. So we're going to now go out to the character select, and I'm going to delete Captain Cyclone because he has died. Level 19 Guardian, dead to an anathema. And that's because I ran out of heal inspirations and I got a little overconfident there. So he would have probably died a lot sooner if it hadn't been for the fact that if it hadn't been for the fact that I accidentally had it set on Lieutenant instead of Boss. Delete this character. Captain Cyclone has been defeated. And that's it, guys. So this slot will be the character that I'm going to use for my Iron Man runs. And our next character will be a Corruptor, which I'll create off screen, and I'll bring you back when we're in the tutorial, ready to get started on the Corruptor. Until next time, I am Scrapperlock, and this has been Iron Man Mode in City of Heroes.